Hey there, my name is John. I'm the founder of whatifi, and today I'm going to walk through an example of some of the software we built for visually creating what-if scenarios. This is a beta release, fresh hot off the presses. With whatifi, you can visually model out multiple whatifi scenarios all in real time using all these pre-built logic events. Think of trying to model out a scenario in Excel. This is a customer churn, growth, pricing, revenue model here. If you were to build this in a spreadsheet, you'd have to build out multiple tabs in order to model out multiple scenarios. Whereas in whatifi here, and I'll walk through this one, we have 6 potential scenarios all built out in real time with these events. All right, so what is this? Every single one of these events is business logic. So for example, this is a customer event. We initially have 500 paying customers in this cohort effective January 1st, 2021. In this other cohort, we have 1,000 customers pre-built there. Let's look at our first option or decision. We have 3 customer growth events. In this model, we're modeling out what if we have 5% month-over-month growth. In this one, we're modeling out 7.5% month-over-month growth. In this third one, we're using some early features here, UI still being worked on, with the ability to put in multiple data points on multiple dates, and then we can either step function through those or interpolate through those to create dynamic growth models instead of static growth models. These all funnel into a customer churn event. This is 3% month over month. That then just funnels into a per unit cost. So we're saying as a software as a service company, we're charging $12 a month for this particular plan. So that's our piece there. We have a revenue event that allows us to multiply all the customers in cohort 1 by that particular unit cost. And then we're experimenting with something here. This is a power event that we have called a modifier. So a modifier allows us to take any event upstream, like the unit 1 cost, and any field, like the price, and change it, replace it, add a multiplier to it. So in this particular case, we're going to change it to $200 effective August 1st, 2026. Obviously an example. And here's another one where we're going to change that price to $500 on August 1st, 2027. And all of that funnels into a goal event here at the end of the stack, which is saying that we eventually want to get to the stage that we have $3 million a month in MRR cash flow coming in as effective August 1st, 2026. All examples here. So first things first, we have our 6 different potential paths. Customer growth, price change 1, customer growth 2, price change 1, customer growth 3, price change 1, etc., etc. In our application, we have what are called threads. Every single one of these tiles here represents a unique path through our canvas. And we are able to calculate day by day, month by month, year by year, all the account data associated with every single one of those paths. So for example, I can say, hey, show me which particular path is going to have me the highest customer count cumulatively over time. It is this particular path. And I can see that path, and I can also choose to drill down a layer and isolate that particular path. I can even step through every single one of these events one by one and cumulatively see how those totals are calculated over time. So let's take a look. For example, I'm going to go into cumulative mode here. I'm going to come down to my graph and expose my graph here. And I'm going to add in customer as an account type. Let's add that in. Let's make sure we're focusing on that. And let's look at cumulative over time. So if I'm in cumulative mode here, at the very beginning, I have 0 customers. Here are my first 500 customers that I have. Here's the next cohort, which puts us up to 1,500 customers. Then let's take a look at our customer growth. So in this particular model here, I can see my customer growth uninhibited by churn and how many customers I'll have cumulatively. But we also need to add in our churn value to see this truly we are losing 200,000 plus customers over the duration of this 10-year scenario. So we're down to $560,000. And that's how we can see the math play out. Alternatively, we could choose to look at things like net worth or revenue to see how those play out. So likewise, once we get into our revenue, I can see what our revenue is going to be, including what happens once we start to do some of our modifiers. Let's go back out for a level again here too. So now I'm back out at the top level. You can understand how each of these paths represents a unique series of whatifi choices, right? I can choose to graph this particular path Maybe I want to sort all of my particular threads by something like cash flow, and which one has the highest average monthly cash flow, for example. I'm going to sort that. It tends to be the same one, but let's just assume for some reason it was something different. I'm going to pick this particular scenario, and I can now look at both of those threads over time, whether it's cumulatively or monthly, to see how they play out in my decision-making process. At any particular stage, I can also enact a decision. So maybe I'm going to decide here that I'm going to either A, lock in a particular choice. So this $500 a month, we've decided as a team that we're going to lock that in. What you'll see right now is that any partner path is now grayed out. We recalculate all of our threads, and we've gone from 6 scenarios down to 3. We can easily insert in multiple events along here to either add to our scenario or to create more options. If we want to have different price changes at different periods of time, if we want to try different customer churn amounts, all of that can easily, rapidly, within seconds, be added to our scenario to model that out. So that's a little bit of a sneak peek. My ask, we are looking for early adopters to test and play with our scenario building software. If you're in the software as a service space or you are a fractional CFO, love to talk to you about what we're building and to better understand how we can support some of your use cases. Thanks very much.